Hello, everybody. Be with you in a minute. We'll let you watch Cotty eat some cookies. Okay. Let's get this programmer torn down. I believe I am public. I hope I'm public. I should be public. Okay. We've given Cotty cookies. I will take my chat box. Put it right there. Okay. We are going to tear down this systemgeneral multi-Apro. This is an old beast. It's two parts, actually. Second part is right here. You'll see the difference. One has an RS-232 port, one don't. So these are the add-on units. So I need to do this teardown because these are in my way and I need to get rid of them. I've already listed all the adapters on the FeeBay. So we will get these tearing down. I know my streams are boring. He got Cotty in the way. He's just gonna be all over it. They're pretty dirty. Turn on the music. So let's figure out how do we get Cotty to stop being annoying. Because if I give her cookies, she's just going to keep coming back. So here's more Cotty cookies. We got to figure out. She needs to get lay in her box, in her tub there. She needs to go up in here. That's not stable, that's why. Now it's stable. Here, go in your box. Here. In your box. In your box. In your box. In the box. She ain't gonna listen. She ain't gonna listen. Here, I'm gonna put you over here. Nope, not in the box. Here. Nope. You stay over here. She won't stay. Hey. She's just gonna keep going. All right, we'll spend 10 minutes dealing with Cotty Kitty. But we don't have the Cotty cam. Where is the Cotty face cam? The Cotty cam. There's the Cotty cam. A little off. Cotty's been... And we got Cotty cam. We got the circus music. Let's start tearing this down. How are we going to get into this? This thing is gross. It is filthy. It really needs a bath. They make two different HSP adapters for these. This is standard HSP adapter. You have little boards that will plug in. Excuse me. Hold on. I got a cough. Okay. So you'll have little daughter boards or strapping boards that plug in. I'll try to pull one up later, maybe. Let's pull the other one out. Here is a HSP Plus adapter. It's slightly different. Oh. Let's get tearing this down. We're not going to tear the adapter down. I'll post a picture on the blog. But I've got a bunch of adapters on my eBay. If you have a System General multi Apro, they're hard and rare to find. I've got a bunch. So, kind of opens it up on the internals. Pretty dirty. We're going to have to let Audie on the floor. She really, really wants attention. Okay, I will give her the attention she deserves. She's just like, you haven't been out here lately. Give the Cotty the rubbies. Hey, QS. Yeah, I'm gonna give Cotty the cookies. QS is chatting. Yeah, I haven't been doing much YouTubing lately. I've been busy doing other things. So, okay, make sure I got my camera to take pictures as I'm doing my teardown. I know it takes me a little while to get moving. But I just noticed that Raph streaming. Yeah, I'll be doing my announcement here probably Monday. It'll be a funny one. I'm working on that video. Man, Cotty hair everywhere. And so, okay. We are going to need a screwdriver. Let me get Cotty moved. Come on. Oh, there you go. Yeah. This is mid-90s. So it's old. Now this is only a couple years old, but this is 1990s. So. And this is not an AR-15. No, it's not. It's a little bit bigger than an AR-15. So, I'll give you an example. This is a magazine for an AR-15. This is the magazine that thing takes. And you see the difference. See the round size difference. Okay. So we're not going to talk about 2A stuff here. But just to show you, this is real. So, but okay. No, I gotta not do the 2A stuff. Okay. It's just prop tonight. Okay, now, did you see her? She's just, give me attention, give me attention, give me attention. All right. Okay, so looks like we've got 1, 2, 3 on that side. 1, 2, 3 on this side, and I need a magnetic dish. My magnetic dish has flux in it because I was using it to wash little parts. So it's okay. I'm gonna start taking these. I'll leave this apart because I gotta clean this. They're really, really bad. I mean, they're nicotine stained and rusted. Okay, good Cotty, lay down. Yeah, 1990s. I don't know, does it have a date? No. No date. It's got little stickers floating everywhere, though. Be interesting to see what's inside this. I haven't taken one of these apart yet, and I haven't been able to find any teardowns of this model online anywhere. I'm going to tear the other one down too, because it don't have a serial port, so I wonder what the difference is between them. So. Yeah, and that's AR-10, guys. And gals. I had a furry on my Facebook. Oop. Well, that's interesting. There is nothing connected to that push button. So it looks like it must go to this switch. Maybe this switch, SW right there. See a fan. But yeah, nothing's connected. Okay, are we gonna be? Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Oh, it's gonna be an interesting teardown. So far, it's gonna have a few boards. We'll take it apart. I'm gonna just slice that. Hey, I avoided that warranty. Yeah, that's definitely have to go into the sink and get a bath. That's pretty gross. Yeah, the guy that had these did not take care of them. Okay, I have to get a picture before I go too far. Yeah, those screws there. Get a picture. Let's get a cotty hair. Can you guys see Cotty? Oh, you got a little bit over there. Let me turn you. There's Cotty's. Getting her winter coat, so she is just fluffing out the hair. All right. Let's start taking pictures. Let's get the brush. Get the brush, get the dust off of here. Yeah, I'll post the link to this teardown in the description. So to the photos I take here. It takes me a few days sometimes to get them put up, but I do see this ATV 25001H. Might have to pop that off before I put this up for sale. Read that, back it up. Let's see what we got down here. 8706. That must be like an op amp, maybe. Yeah, it's pretty dirty. But this will end up on eBay after it's put back together, cleaned up. I've already experimented with them and they work. Okay, one more screw right there. Get a picture. Got more Cotty here. Get a picture right there. A picture with this. I'm finding all this data IO parts, little plastic crap pieces everywhere. Okay, so I think this has a board-to-board interconnect. Right here it looks like old headers. Yep, old headers. Nothing fancy like Hyros or Molex or Samtex. So that's the first board. JA004FD. Backside looks like we got a bodged capacitor there. Oh yeah, they're great for catching kitty hair. When I was in a suit one day and I walked into somebody's place and I noticed they had some cat hair on it, and I walked over to their label printer and fed me like 3 labels and started patting myself down. That's kind of funny. Secretary got a kick out of that. But I don't know if that's focusing or not. But it looks like I might pop that PLCC off. It's an AT. She's gonna do this. You see her, she's just 2500H. I'm gonna have to pop that off and read that. It's some sort of, probably gonna be it's firmware, so. Yeah, that's one board. Second board. We'll take it apart. Nobody else is chatting, so. Okay, I gotta remember what size sockets these are. Like 4 or 5 millimeter. I gotta just get me a nut driver. Doing these teardowns. It's gonna be probably metric. These are metric. Yeah, see. Yeah, those are metric. We got metric. Probably won't be the right size. Oh, right there. Perfect. First try. Now, I like my snap-on sockets. The walls are thin and they're really strong. So I wonder what the difference is between the extenders and this one. It looks like we have 3 boards to deal with here. Yeah, I had somebody message me on my blog. One of the last teardowns or two, I don't remember what it was. He's like, can you take a picture of this chip for me? I'm like, man, I already done sold that piece of equipment. So, sorry. Okay, we've got this one. Looks like we got a couple pots down there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I've had 2 shop lights go out, and they are the lights they're back ordered. Everything on my screen's blurry because my vision is horrible for a little distance. So let's get that dusted off here. It looks like whatever the ATV 2500H is. I have to look that up. And the back side, no budge. One more board. Ooh, we got an EEPROM. I'm gonna have to turn that programmer on. An EEPROM there. We have an EEPROM. We have a Xilinx chip. Are we gonna have 4 boards on this thing? I don't know. Okay, so this connector goes up, COM in, COM out, pin 1, right side, switch, fan, and that's probably power supply. We do have an EEPROM there. We'll look at it in a minute. Boy, YouTube is up with the ads today. Okay, we got an Atmel there. We got an EEPROM. This thing's got some programmable logic in it. Like that. It's like a memory. It's like SIP memory that's been folded down. I'm going to think that connector 1 right there is what's going to go to the serial port for communications. Yeah, 30 pin. You can take 30 pins and add pins to them, and yeah, it's a pain in the butt. Should really take these out if there's room and drop in sockets, because you can still find SIM sockets around. There we go. Ooh, power supply is in the bottom. I have to open up the bottom. Okay. Dust this off. We'll back up that EEPROM. It's in a socket. Yeah, SIM. Not a lot of memory in this thing. If I go too fast, people, you gotta let me know. Okay. I'm just gonna go with this caveman style. Okay, did this have a serial number on it? No, it didn't. But I can't see that. 27C512. It probably loads the Xilinx chip there. Let me go see what... 27512, okay. I'm just gonna go at it caveman style because I don't give a care about this thing. Should we use the junk built in China? Or should we use the snap-on chip lifter? Well, I think we're going to use the junk built in China. Okay. We're out. 27C512. Let's turn on the programmer. And I think I'm going to... I don't think it... Yeah, it's up. $27... Yeah, C or just regular? CMOS. 27C512. Okay. Well, that's Texas Instruments. TMS 27C512. Okay. Oop, we're gonna have unmatched adapter. Wrong way. Go back to 1. Okay. Now we're matched. We're getting a lot of EEPROMs lately. Read. Buffer. Anything in here? Don't know. Oop, the Zeltec wasn't up. Oh, it's pointing to the old. There we go. Okay, so we had I selected the TMS 27512. I did not have. Oh, I don't even have the programmer on. Programmers, white. Okay. Yeah, I got a wire in the way. Okay, there's the chip. Right there. It was a read okay. So, I'm going to save this. System general. SG. Apro. And what were we here for designation? This was a U-20. U-20. Check some. C7B9. At least I'm up during human hours today. That's 27C512. And I will verify that just to... All right, I'll verify it again. And again. Okay. We'll drop this back in. Body tail. Got a little bit on the pins there. God, there's been no new chatters. You don't get no cookies. No more cookies. It's just QS. Sometimes machine pins are nice. Sometimes they're a pain in the butt. Drive it home. So it looks like we've also got this 76C256. So I might have to leave this out and pop this chip, the 22V10B. That's probably going to be locked. And that looks like it might be a weird number EEPROM. Is that a 76 or 78? I can't read it. '76 C256. Let's see, does that even have a ooh, well, that didn't work. That's weird. Okay. Device. Yeah, looks like it is another EEPROM there. So we're gonna have to pop that off another day. I'll do that off camera. No, we don't have to suffer with the desoldering. So I'll back that up, and then a 22 V10B. Yeah, it's gonna probably have its security done. And what was the other one? PLCC. I think I got more work to do. Do I want to do it is the question. Or do I just want to get these out of my shop? It would be an ATV. Yeah, that's going to be another one too. ATV 2500. So I got 2 of those to back up, and then there's a couple more pals. So I'm gonna get this down. So we've got that one. I'm not gonna back them up. That one are programmable. I just don't feel like backing them up. Cotty, you are in the way. Get back over there. So let's see what the power supply looks like on this thing. And then we'll tear into the other one. See what the difference is between them. Lied. I'm not going to take that power supply off the board. Looks like it's a common off-the-shelf power supply. No, that's System General branded. Probably. Okay. So we've seen the power supply. I'll take the pictures after. But as I'm reassembling, that's how I usually do it. Okay. Pretty neat design. Kind of cool. Simple. Let's take the one without the serial port apart. Okay, same thing. HSP adapter. Last. That right there. Yeah, this has got lots of nicotine. This was $615.99, so QS $19.99. It'll take me about a week or two to get this all up on the blog. It takes a long time administrating that blog, so. Yeah, the last programmer sold pretty good. I just didn't need a 5000E anymore. Okay, so yeah, that switch on this one is hooked up to the switch right there. SW. So we know where that missing connector goes now. So I'm not seeing much difference. Ooh. Dusty. And more caudy hair. A never-ending cycle, man. Yeah, he didn't get much. I didn't provide many adapters or anything with that other one, so they can be all downloaded on my blog. Well, most of them. I haven't finished that post yet. I've probably got about 20 or 30 more to post. So I just think this one's missing the. I might have to experiment. Nah, I just want these out of here. I don't feel like booting up the XP laptop. Okay. This is almost identical. The same part number. PC161 Rev C. Yeah, PC161 Rev C. I bet if I tore this apart and parted it, it'd bring in a lot more money. PC162 Rev C. PC162 Rev C. So this really is, I think this is the same. The only thing different is the connector where it looks like it plugs in right there. But I will back up the firmware out of this one too, because you never know. But if it's the same board on the bottom, I'm just going to put this one back together. There's no point. Okay, so this is the same board as that one. Ooh, this has a firmware version on it. Let's use the Snap-on chip lifter. And this is a PC160 Rev C. PC160 Rev E. Oh, it's a little different. I'll take a picture. I'll take it the rest of the way apart. Okay, we will go read this chip. I've just been lazy lately. That's an AM 27C512. Okay, this is an MAM version 1.1.2, 1.12. On focus. And the checksum is different. So I'll have to do a compare. I got two more of these. I could pull them apart and pull their firmware out too. I could just boot them up and see what firmwares they are. Yeah, the old Windows boot song. C79C. C79C. Went from a B9 to a 9C. And not much changes. Wonder if it's a serial number or something. I might do that another stream. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to pull this board out all the way because it is a different rev. It's content. I will take all the pictures of the boards and I need to get better at doing pictures, get it like a photo box or something. I've had some people complain that my photos are garbage, but yeah, hey, it's a photo of it, man. Where's your photos is what I ask them. Where's your photos? That usually shuts them right up. Okay, so this is Rev C. That is Rev E. And dust it off. Not sure the difference. Should I put these in order? And yeah, I'll stick them down here in order. Okay. Cotty wants cookies. You go over here. Here, you get cookies over there. So that was the System General Multi Apro Teardown. Dirty, dirty, dirty. I gotta pull the lids off the others. Let's do the other one. Why not, right? Okay, here's another. HSP adapter. Nothing spectacular. Those are hard to find. You don't ever see this System General stuff pop up secondhand. They're just tanks. I don't know why I'm causing myself more work. I gotta wash the lids of these anyway, so they gotta come off. I ain't got no watchers, so screw it. These are dirty. Maybe we can get something going on the firmware on these. Get 4 backups. Oop, that one's got a switch. Wow, see, they used to be like white. Now they're nicotine stained. I'll hit them with a magic eraser and make them look a little better. Okay, what do we have here for... This is a 161 Rev C. Or 161 Rev C. Okay, they're the same. But we're going for that firmware chip. And I'll post all the firmwares on. I'll just zip them up and you guys can take your pick. Maybe I should have put Teardown at 4 System General. Yeah, no watchers now. Must stream be boring? Man, there's a lot of ads. I got this phone over here. Okay. That would be... Let me turn the programmer off. We don't need that on right now. I don't know how much I want to get into doing the backups of these, but it's the same board. There's one Rev C on this one too. Yeah. He just watches me everywhere. Shadow, she only visits me when I'm on the toilet. Norman, if I'm in the shower, he'll come stand on the tub and watch me. Other than that, he ignores everybody. So. Okay, this is PC 162 Rev C. Yep. And that's a Rev E, so we'll go with that. I'm going to pop that chip, and I'll throw those two boards back in. I should write these numbers down on the files. 1827. I wonder if that's like a serial number or something. W27C512. Not consistent at all. Okay, we are in read, verify, buffer. We got data. There's nothing on this one. This came off of a Winbone chip. And C7A3. That's another different one. And this, I'm going to put the numbers on these. 1827. Okay. They all have numbers scratched. I'll have numbers scratched into the top. You can see that? Numbers scratched into the top. Yeah, I put my hand up to the camera. Let me get those other numbers. Gotta push the kitty away. You're gonna starve. Nobody's chatting. It says they got four watchers, but okay. And this didn't have what. This was just a NAM. Yeah, that had 1310. I want to type that in. I'm gonna go in there and do that while I'm thinking of it. Did I not save that file? I don't think I saved that file. Or I overwrote that one. I don't think I saved that file. I'm gonna have to read that again. Nope, I didn't. All right, I'm gonna have to read that again. I am really forgetting to remember a lot of stuff. It's getting really, really, really bad. This was a W27512 C7A3. Say 1827. Okay. 1310 1594. I think those are serial numbers. 1594. I don't see any serial number. I think that's the serial number, 19477. I'll have to write those down on a text. Okay. That one's back in. Okay, you'll get cookies. I could put this one back together. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't socket that one. But I'll take a picture of those two. Yeah, let's drop these boards back together. Bore y'all with that. Because we don't need an education, right? We don't need no thought control. Oh, and rip Ace Freely. Yes, he was a good guitar player. It is the great dying, people. The boomers are dropping like flies. And the sad thing is there's not enough new being born to replace them. So it's going to get pretty interesting the next 4 or 5 years. So I think the only thing different between these two are the serial connector. I'm curious. I wonder if you could just hook up a serial connector and operate it. I'm going to have to try it. My curiosity is just there. I have to do that. I can get to it without having to monkey around with it too much. We'll gorilla it. Should have enough practice lining these headers up, man. Headers is horrible board interconnects. There we go. I mean, they work. They're not like a Hyros or a Samtec or something. Or an Opine. Doctor! Cotty gets cookies! There's the cookies. Oh. Yeah, I say cookies and she comes around and here we go. Come over here. Yeah, the boomers are the hippies, man. The hippies they were supporting the communists in Vietnam era, and now they want to turn us into communism. But that's why we carry 30 rounds of freedom and 25 rounds of freedom. Those are the seeds. This is the planter. Yeah, so if anybody wants one of these, I'll link my eBay in the description in a day or two. Just check back. Okay. Just so you know, I'm not skimping out on you. This is the number. This is number 4 right there. I'll drop this one here. Number 3. It's dirty. Yeah, let YouTube get grumpy. I'm not violating the rules. Yeah. All right. All postseasons, there's a guy, he's been disassembling all the binaries that I've been posting. It's kind of cool. I don't understand the disassembly of it, so. But it's helped him out a little bit. What? It's not bath time. I have to dust these off anyways, so why not dust them off while I'm here? Okay, that one's got a button on it too. So the first one, the button was, wires were missing. Ooh, that one's dirty too. is 161 rev C. And that's a rev C. So we all the same rev. So we can just go right in and get to that chip quick. No, that was on an advertisement for Chip Quick. I don't like Chip Quick. Chip Quick sucks. I mean, Chip Quick's okay, but yeah, I think all you'd have to do is just plug into the serial port there and turn this into another. So I don't have a DB9 knockout, or I'd put a knockout there and add it and make them probably worth more. Oh man, those were tight. All right. Same board. I mean, these are reliable programmers. They're just slow. DC99 cleaner, never heard of it. Yeah, I might experiment on one of these and pop these out, but that's a lot of work. More than I want to do on these. I've tested them, hooked them up to the computer, programmed a chip or two. I'll have to do that again since I've taken them apart and putting them back together. But they're tested, functioning. System General. I've got a couple other System Generals that are worth keeping, but these older ones here, I mean, if it's all you have for a programmer, they're great. Okay. That is another version 1.12. So I think the scratched on numbers at 1404. I think that's the serial number of this thing. So yes, those bars are awesome, man. This is another Texas Instruments. What is up with my Windows? Okay. TI. Read. Well, maybe the guy that's been doing the disassembly, he'll figure out what the scratching numbers are. If it's a serial number, we should be able to compare the binaries and figure out the sequencing. So verify. We have stuff in the buffer. Please remove gpib testing tool from socket. Just looking at some of the strings in here. Yeah, I'll send these also to System General. The salespeople there are pretty nice. Even their tech support's pretty nice, but I might have to back up everything just for completeness. Oh. This is a C7FA. Every one of these has been different, so I think that's the it's gonna have to be a serial number or something. And that was a 1404. Okay, unsaved. I might have to do another live stream just to cure that curiosity. Okay. What are we doing next? I wonder if you could actually add 3 more sticks of 30-pin stems and expand the memory of this thing to, back in the day, an insane amount for a program. Only need to keep, I need to keep that other one out because we got the revision F. I am so glad a lot of companies don't use header strips for board-to-board interconnects anymore. Got to get that off the screen. Thought I downsize that. Yeah, System General, they made a good programmer. I don't like their adapters and stuff. Their adapters are kind of difficult to get the numbering down, and then the strapping boards. I'll post the link to what a strapping board looks like. I got them on my eBay. When you select the device, it'll come up and say, oh, you need this adapter, and then you need to make sure these jumpers are set on the board, and either set the jumpers and their jumper wires, or add resistors, and it's a cluster. She's been here. You go over there. Go. At least their new stuff, you don't have to do that. But their programmers are still super slow, long boot times, and okay, so these have been inspected internally. I didn't see nothing. like leaky caps or anything on these, so that's a good thing because these are from the 90s. You know, it happens to capacitors from equipment in the 90s. They leak and it gets corrosion everywhere. Yeah. Don't know how much work I want to do. I really don't like through hole. If it was all, I might pop the surface mount stuff off, but I really don't like doing the through hole crap. But I'm in it, right? If you're in it, do it. So I've got two different versions of this board. This is the same, that's the same. These are well constructed, so. I did get some circuit boards ordered for transmission controller to be able to back up that special Hitachi chip, and I had to make the adapter for that one from the data sheet. And the only programmer that supports it natively without the datasheet adapter is my BP Microsystems. But with the adapter in the datasheet, it reads as like a 27C101 EEPROM. So it'd be nice to figure out if the guy that's been disassembling this stuff, if he can disassemble it and figure out the shift patterns, the PMWs and stuff out of it. That would be interesting. So I don't know anything about the software. I'm not a software guy. So okay, that one. I just screwed up on those, didn't I? I did. Oh, I did. Not paying attention. Told you my memory's horrible. I'm losing it. These don't get standoffs there. I would be going, something's weird. These had Phillips screws. This is better. This is content. There is a link in the description to get Cotty cookies. So, if you've made it this far, so. Lead don't create fumes, man. The flux and other crap in it that creates the fumes. I've had my blood tested for lead in the last couple years, so. The tetraethyl lead in the fuel, in the aviation fuel, that will get to you. Because we still use leaded fuel in airplanes. I used to almost bathe in that crap. And the other lead. I think at the range that I used to belong to, I gotta redo this one. It's not done twice, it's not right. They only allowed they didn't allow jacketed ammo, so we had to use lead only. And I guess kids were getting tested for or coming down with high lead content in their blood because of it. But I was like, nah, I'm done with that range. It's like, yeah, it was just too much politicky there. I prefer to go out to the woods and plink off a few outdoors. I need to go out. Take y'all with me. But don't get no service out there, man. Range would get service, and I don't think YouTube. Well, Brandon Herrera, he does live fire, but I don't know. Yeah, I have to wipe these down and take some magic erasers to the top. Okay, make sure those are tight. Don't want nothing vibrating loose. Yeah, definitely System General is not right to repair friendly. That's I need my red rocket. There's a red rocket. It don't scare Cotty that bad. But it's a good blower. It's used for cleaning lenses, but it works for other things too. It's gentle for... Blow this one out. Yeah, I think I've got that connector. I got that connector so I can fix that switch. These things go for roughly $1,000-1,500 a piece. Yeah, they've been trying to get rid of low lead, but in a lot of their tests, these engines were built and designed in the 40s. And with the certification and getting a new product to the market, getting new technology to the market, it's a nightmare. You can't really do it. It's overregulated. And the overregulated regulation of aviation has made it unsafe because there's so much modern technology and metallurgies and everything that have proven themselves reliable that you can't use it. So you're stuck with 1940s equipment. I mean, you can get a crankshaft for, a Top Fuel Funny car for like, John Force or, all the big guys that are, $30,000 crankshaft. You're paying $10,000-$15,000 for a crankshaft for an airplane. And it's old. It ain't got these, you know, high-tech coatings and everything. So it's about the same for one of those Top Fuel funny cars. So it's, yeah, aviation it's way overregulated. They need to deregulate it, and they did it to protect the industry, the people, the manufacturers back in the heyday. And it stops a lot of manufacturers from actually succeeding. I think it was Ralph Nader. He ended up filing suits against all the aviation companies in the 80s. And like 1984, they stopped, everybody stopped making airplanes due to the liability. And they did the aviation revitalization in the 90s. And so from like 1984 to 1997, there was no brand new Cessna. Only a few select airplanes actually were built until they changed the liability laws. You know, and if there's a recall in the aviation world, oh, don't get me started on that. They call it, instead of a recall, they call it an airworthiness directive. That means that you, as the aircraft owner, have to pay for it to be fixed. Unless your airplane's under warranty. But those warranties ain't that long, so. Yeah, FAA paperwork is horrible. So I got to photograph all those boards plus a power supply. We got the backboard. I'll get that photographed and up on the blog in the next few days to a week, maybe. I'll also get the firmware that I download or backed up. I'll get that posted. And yeah, Cotty's just gonna follow me everywhere. Yeah, we're not talking airliners, man. We're talking, you know, general aviation. I mean, long gone are the days of the $10,000 Cessna 150. And I mean, Cessna 150s now are $50,000 to $100,000 for a nice one. I mean, it's insane. They should not be that expensive. It's all about certification, compliance. There's a good thing called the TSO pencil. TSO pencil. Let me pull that up here. I was like RST in engineering TSO pencil. Okay, this is a good reading thing from the 1970s. I think this was written. Let me pull it up if somebody wants to read it. 1977. If your pencil had to have a technical service order, to be able to put something in your airplane, it has to be TSO'd. So this is what it would take. And this was in the 70s, and it's just gotten worse. So there's regulation, and then there's over-regulation. So sometimes regulation don't help. Dude, why does YouTube advertise 304s? You can't advertise 2A stuff, but you can advertise 304. Yep. I hope I don't end up with no extra screws. Shouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting my AMP, but too much work. I think the FAA needs to let us be able to maintain our own stuff, just like you can maintain your own vehicle. That's the right to repair in me. The right to ownership. I mean, aviation is anti-ownership. You have to get the permission from the manufacturer to do anything. Yeah, I'm familiar, Doctor. I've gone through all the piloting stuff, commercial pilot, multi-engine, instrument, and I've gone through it. And I've got a lot of money wrapped up into it. But made a lot of money too. I don't know what I want to do with the rest of this here. You got Cotty, she just got your rubs. She don't want rubs. Get all that hair. Look at all that hair. Look at that. Look at that hair. Yeah, most people can't figure out how to work on the older stuff anymore, so they wash out of airplane mechanic school. So giving Cotty her exercise. Does she want to play with something? Find a USB cord. Oh, well, look at the girly cord. It's pink. Yeah, we got pink USB. Shouldn't be teaching her how to chew on cords, should I? She will cat, man. She will cat. You got her motor going. I could just grab a corded mouse. Hey, no claw sharp on that. Ow! That was my arm. I don't know, QS. It means you're a king. If you take a look at the top of your chat, and do you see a little crown on the top where it says top fans? That means you've chatted the most. Hey. Hey. Yeah. She likes to play. You gotta watch it. She'll attack. The only time she attacks is when she's in play mode like this. She'll lay. She's already drawing blood. Ow! Yeah, he's already drawing blood. Her claws are sharp. They're only bonded when they're young. They usually won't bond late in life. Fast. She's tired. She needs cookies. We play with Kitty. That might get some viewers. Probably not. Boy, I got something for y'all next week, maybe. I think might be next week or the week after. But that was 1 hour and 45 minutes. A little bit of ranting on the FAA. A little bit of playing with Kitty Cat, and we did a teardown system general for system general multi Apros. Did some inspecting on those, getting them ready for sale. I might keep one. I don't know. They don't do anything that my other programmers will do, so they won't do any of the old stuff. So I won't do anything from the 70s or the 80s, like the data IOs. So no, she won't chew up every USB cable in the shop. Oh. I lost train of thought there on my rant. But read that TSO'd pencil. I'll put it in the description if you didn't catch it in the chat, if the chat don't replay. So, but we'll give Cotty more cookies. She likes her cookies. No, she's not a. She only plays with chords I let her play with. She's not a. She's not a go chew on a chord type cat. She understands play. She's an old kitty. She is. She's an old kitty. She's a good kitty. I get rubbed up belly. Belly on. I can sit there and rub her belly for an hour. Yeah. A little bit better tasting chords than JBC. You know, other than JBC not supporting repair and their quality is just not my standards, they work great. But I still say it's in their name, man. I'm gonna always say it. Junk built in China. I don't think it's junk built in China. JBC. I don't think they're built in the EU. My opinion, I don't think they build their boards and stuff in Europe. I think they're built in China. I think they're assembled in the EU, maybe, but they've never responded back with proof. You know, give us a tour of your manufacturing facility. That would prove me wrong. Then I would admit I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. But boy, did I burn the bridge with Data.io. That's another video I'm working on too. Yeah. That's going to be an interesting one. Yeah, I think they're all built in China. I think we need to pressure JBC and providing a video of their manufacturing facilities, because I think they're using the Made in the EU badge on their products when they're not. So I told you wouldn't like that new desolder vacuum system, and that new tip cleaner. I seen one and I'm like, no. I seen it at the SMTA. I was like, no, I don't like that. Old ones work fine, US. Keep them clean. The only time I have issues with mine is my tip cleaner is when I neglect it and don't clean it after too long because the dust gets stirred up and it blocks the light gate. So, or you'll get one of the brush bristles will come up a little high and it'll start backing out and it'll continue to turn on. It'll ghost on you. But that type of operation should not happen. Regardless, there should have a safety feature on it to where it won't auto start. Because I've came out to the shop here in the morning, my tip cleaner was just on. Like, there's no damn tip in that thing. So. Either that or the light gate infrareds are getting weak. But I like it. It's a lot better than the Hawko one. That's for sure. The Hawko one was just crap. That FT700. I think it was FT700. Let me pull it out. Is it down here? I got it somewhere. Yeah, here. Yeah. A lot better than this piece of crap. FT700. Piece of junk. But this was what, 2010? So it's 15 years old. I like the JBC one. The brushes are way better. They last longer. I haven't even gone through one set of brushes and it's been almost 2 years now. I think almost 2 years on the JBC. Am I rolling up on 2 years or a year? I need to do a follow-up. But why give them any advertising? Man, it is dusty, dusty, dusty in here. Holy crap. Where'd all this dust come from? About another 5 minutes and I'll kill the stream and give it about 2 hours. Then I'll decide what I want to do, if I want to pop off a few of these devices. Pop that chip. Atmos are pretty much gonna be locked. So I really don't want to do it. I probably won't. I don't make enough money to do it off of it. That blog takes way too much of my time. Yeah, I got adapters. And more adapters. Every one of these are different. But I will get this chintzy, crappy teardown blog post will be in the description. Yeah, the brushes on that JBC they're awesome. They're worth the money. You'll go through 3-4 times as many of the Hakos in pretty much a year, and like I said, I would go through 3 or 4 sets of brushes on that FT700 in a year. I'm still on my first set of the JBC, and they still look like new. And they got a little bit of wear, and I used the piss out of it. So it's, the brushes have paid for themselves. I probably would have went through, if it's been 2 years, I probably would have went through 8 sets of brushes at $30, so $120. Yeah, it's earning its keep. I mean, the brushes are consumable items, so. Mm. Yeah. 1 more minute, but I'm gonna end it early. We'll catch y'all later.